Okay, looks like we are live on TikTok and YouTube and now Facebook as well. Awesome. As usual, I'm going to give people a second to join while I set up and make sure I can see everybody's chats. But you should see one across on your screen, so if anyone wants to try to get one across while I'm fumbling around with chats. Although I looked at one across today and it's not obvious to me. Not the easiest one across we've encountered on these streams. Alright, almost there. Bad Lieutenant, hello to you too. Welcome back. Do you have any theories about one across? Okay, I should be set up. So hello, and welcome to the Daily Crossword Live, where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. My name's Jack, I'll be guiding us through this puzzle, but these are always the most fun the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue that you think you know the answer to, the clues are always up here in this green panel, then type it into chat, and I will be watching and trying to incorporate everyone's participation and let's make this a crowdsourced effort. So, as I mentioned, one across pipe parts, not obvious to me. So let's just check out what else this first corner has to offer. Fatima Williams, welcome. How are you at crosswords? Help us solve this one. Must slangily, and what was this one? Expect at 14 across. Maybe the four-letter downs will be easier. Cooking herb, duos, has supper, ticks kin. Alright, Bad Lieutenant writes tubes. Which one's that for? Pipe parts? Yeah, it could be. Pipe parts are tubes. Yeah, possibly. It's definitely a worthwhile guess. Let's check this U. This U looks a little strange for duos, but not impossible. Yeah, and the cooking herb, sage. Yeah, I mean that looks good as well, but it conflicts with tubes, so one of these can't be right. We can check the crosses on sage. Must slangily with a G. I could think of a candidate. For this. Let's erase tubes for now and see how much mileage we can get out of sage. 5 down is be upright. Okay. What do we think? Expect with an A, and what is this E? Most important. Yeah, I mean these long ones. Yeah, Bad Lieutenant not happy with one across. I agree with you. Tubes just wasn't looking right with the crosses. But it would be good to get one cross here to confirm sage. It'd be nice to have a toe hold anywhere in this puzzle. Because right now this first corner is a little harder than we're accustomed to here at the Daily Crossword Live. Be upright. Yeah, erect. That seems right. Like standing up straight. Good, okay. Now we're closing in on this section from both sides. Can we make sense of these? Expect pipe parts. Oh, although another kind of conflict is that pipe parts, I would expect this to end in an S. Right? The clue is plural, so the answer is going to be plural. Not all plurals end in an S, but most of them do. So maybe we have another error in the grid. Kind of a tough start here. Maybe let's take this out for now, put an S here, and marinate on that. Can be upright. Like stand, maybe? To stand is to be upright? Not saying I feel 100% about it, but it's a possibility. Maybe we'll check this D just for comfort's sake. Noise. 3-letter word for noise starting with a D. There might be something there. I think something else I like about stand is that 17 across looks promising to me. This GA, must slangily. So it's gonna be a way to say must, but it's gonna be a slang kind of casual way to say it. The Bad Lieutenant, nice. Din, yeah. So noise being din, and Esme, welcome back. Esme writes gotta for must slang, and now I'm feeling better about things. Things are starting to make sense, lock into place. Let's see if we can clean up this first section. Has supper. And ticks kin. Not sure about this. I'm assuming this is referring to tick the bug. So it's like a bug that's similar to a tick. Is that the idea? And duos. Duos. Again, likely plural. Duos, could it just be twos? Like, duos are pairs, right? Twos? I like that the crosses all look reasonable. Ah, 4 down is might. Nice, nice. Yeah, I wasn't seeing that. 4 down, a might is similar to a tick. Perfect. Okay. Pipe parts. Yeah, this looks like await now, right? To expect something is to await it. And, yeah, and has supper. And what's this last one? 20 across, most important. Yeah, I mean, this was impossible to see just with the E, but now, now I'm starting to develop some theories. And let's just dip over here. Become weary. 4 letters with an I in the second slot. Yeah, so I think has supper is eats. If you have lunch, you have breakfast, you have supper, you're eating. So pipe parts was stems after all. Interesting, we get 1 across last of all the answers in that section. But we have survived the first corner. Kind of choppier waters than typical, but well done to the Bad Lieutenant and Esme for rowing us through. 21 down, tire. Yeah, nice. I like that. Become weary is tire. Yeah, and I think you also said essential for most important. Looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. This A should help us. Urgent request. Okay. I don't see it immediately. What's this little one? Pro and blank. That's a bit of a gimme. Heroic. 4 letters. Female voice. Okay. What's this gonna be? Maybe this is like in a choir. Actor blank pen. And here at 6 down is lack of difficulty. Okay, a lack of difficulty. So I'm assuming this means something like easy. Yeah, con at 9 down looks right. Pro and con. Yeah, not that many words end in a C like this, so that might help with heroic. And female voice. I'm starting to think I was right, that this is about a choir. So I guess typically male voices are tenors and basses, and then typically female is alto and soprano. So I think this is going to be alto. Yeah, and the Bad Lieutenant knows Sean Penn. Nice. Nice work. This section is smoother than the first one. Urgent request. Okay, this was hard to see with just the A in place, but with 3 out of the 4, this is looking gettable. Kind of type. That's weird. Because kind and type kind of mean the same thing. It's like type of type. Plea. Nice work, Esme. I agree. And now we got heroic. We got 2 big letters in there. And lack of difficulty. Hello, Andresito. Help us solve this crossword puzzle. You can see the clues here in green. We're just chilling and we're solving. Whenever you think you know something, type it into chat. Save. 6 letters starting with an R. Not the easiest. Okay, telepathy. Starting with an E, and it's an abbreviation. What do we think? What do we think? Heroic has got to be epic, right? I mean, I can't even think of any other word that fits with these letters. A P and the C in these positions, and epic matches the clue. Epic and heroic. So I feel good about that. And I also like the fact that this E in epic makes this look like easing something, which makes sense with lack of difficulty. All right, the bad lieutenant telling me that telepathy is ESP. That makes a boatload of sense. Nice job. Yeah, and remember they're telling us that this is an abbreviation, so this is extrasensory perception, but they're not going to write all of that in the grid. It's an abbreviation. Asparagus unit. Interesting. What's a unit of asparagus? How do they measure asparagus? Lacking difficulty. And kind of type. Aspire and conquer. Hello to you. You want to help us solve this crossword? Spear, nice, just with the P. The bad lieutenant telling me that an asparagus unit, yeah, a spear of asparagus, exactly. That's a nice image. And Esme coming in with a kind of type italic, yeah, like bold, italic. These are kinds of ways that you can format your typing. Nice work. Okay, save. This was such a vague clue, but with this SC in place, it's starting to make a little more sense. Oh, this is kind of a strange one. This took me a second. I assumed this was going to be a G, like easing into or something. Yeah, but Esme's telling me that 30 across is rescue, and I agree. To save someone is to rescue them. And that makes it look like this is easiness. Okay. Definitely lack of difficulty. Definitely fits the clue. But even with all these easy stuff in place, it was a little hard to see exactly where that was going. At least for me. Stage signal. It's just a little one. And what's this? A summer drink, and it's 2 words. It's long, and it's starting with an I. Summer drink. What do we have at 22 down? Quite little. Quite little. I feel like a lot of things mean quite little. We could check these crosses up here. New section, new horizons. Although just as I do that, bad lieutenant is telling me stage signal is a Q. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, and then what's this starting with an IC? It's going to be ice something, right? They're telling us it's a summer drink, so it's going to be like iced tea, maybe? Iced tea? I'm not 100% on it. Could be a different summer drink, but it looks plausible to me. It's a nice entry. Appraised. The past tense clue, working with this D. Always like those little sanity checks along the way. Contract negotiator. Ending in a T. Okay. Blender setting. Ending in an E. And Yule visitor. Ending in an A. Okay. What are we thinking here? 10 across, sharp blows. Hello, ASMR. How do they say water in Mexico? Coastal bird. I think we had this bird in a puzzle recently. Bad Lieutenant writes Santa, presumably for Yule visitor. Nice. Yeah, Yule is like Christmas time. Esme getting it as well. Mexican water's got to be agua, right? That's how you say water in Spanish. Yeah, Arkadium knew that. Arkadium, our producer's in Barcelona right now. So if we ever encounter Spanish in the grid, we got built-in help. Contract negotiator. We got a G in the second slot. Appraised. And what's this? Blender setting. I think we've established on stream that I am no chef, so I'm not the most experienced with blenders. 11 down agent. That looks good. Contract negotiators and agent. Yeah, like maybe if you're an actor and you need your agent to negotiate your salary for your next role, something like that. Makes sense to me. Sharp blows. This could be like jabs or something. Coastal bird. Any bird watchers in chat? And what do we have here? A principal. I don't remember seeing this clue. A principal. And this double E. Okay. Quite little. Now we have two E's on this. So maybe teeny? Teeny? Quite little? Feel free to disagree with me, but seems possible. Principal. We got our coastal bird. Sharp blows. Yeah, Bad Lieutenant writes tenet. For Prince. Oops. Not like that. You spelled it right, I didn't. Yes, principal, tenet. That looks right to me. And that also gives me more confidence about quite little being teeny. Yeah. What's this double E gonna be? Yeah, puree, nice. Yeah, you use a blender to puree. Or so I'm told. Sharp blows, blank APS. So it's not jabs like I thought it was. Because that doesn't work with the P in puree. Anyone know this coastal bird? And what's this? Appraised. So we only have two squares left here, but they're not the easiest squares. Yeah, tern is the coastal bird. Nice. T-E-R-N. I learned this bird from crossword puzzles. I wouldn't have known it without crosswords in my life. Terns show up from time to time. Nick Gill writes seagull. Yeah, I mean, seagull is definitely a coastal bird. The problem is it's not 4 letters. So, gull is 4 letters, but gull doesn't work with all the crosses that we have in place and feel good about. Nice, and Bad Lieutenant finishes the section. Appraised is rated, and what was this? Sharp blows are raps. Interesting. Okay, not my first intuition there. But let's move on to the smack dab middle of the puzzle. Minute part. And min is, I mean, I'm assuming this is short for minute. It could be short for like minimum or something. But the fact that it's abbreviated with a period here tells me that the answer is also going to be short. Yeah, Esme telling me sec. So second is a part of a minute. There's 60 seconds in a minute. Nice work. Roker and Pacino. Anyone know what Roker this is referring to? Nickel got sec as well. Nice job. Okay, everyone got sec. And what's this one with the R? Hi-fi. Oof. I have no guesses for this. No idea what they're getting at. No idea. Root beer, for example? Roker and Pacino. We thought Pacino might be in yesterday's puzzle, but it turned out it was Capone. Esme writes Al's. Yeah, Al Roker and Al Pacino. So whenever you have two names with an and connecting them, they have some name in common, like Al, and it's plural. Al's. They're both Al's. Nice work. Alright, so now we have a CL on Most Immaculate. And we have an S on Root Beer, for example. And hopefully these will shed some light on this mysterious clue, hi-fi. Which I'm totally in the dark about. But we also have some letters over here, so maybe let's start checking this out. Complete, starting with an EN. Alpine call, starting with a Y. Nikhil Kumar, any ideas? Genuine, 4 letters. California Wine Valley. The Bad Lieutenant writes cleanest for 42 down. Yeah, most immaculate, cleanest. That looks great. We're going to be grateful for these letters later. I still want to work on this section, but that's looking right. It's an invitation to the bottom of the grid. Complete is entire. I like that. I like that. Shredded. Bright thought. Gather crops. And she in Valencia. Oh, we might need our Barcelona friend to help us with that one. Bright thought is an idea. Nice work, Esme. And Bit to Bot, welcome. Bit to Bot telling me Yodel is the Alpine call. That looks great. Nice work, Bit to Bot. I agree with you. Now we're working together. So 35 torn, the Bad Lieutenant says. Yeah, shredded and torn. That seems right. All right, we are picking up the pace. I love it. 37 reap. I don't know about that. Maybe that's a mistype. Because I think real looks better, and P and L are next to each other on the keyboard, so I'm going to assume that's what you meant. Genuine and real. No, you were saying 30 said this is reap. Yeah, okay. My mistake. So gather crops is reap, and Jessica Ravello coming in telling me that she agrees genuine is real. Oh wow, everyone's here now. I love it. Bit to Bot telling me Napa, and that gets us Aya on Valencia. Forgive my pronunciation. Nice work. All right, we got a party now. 26 across. I'm just going to a brand new, clean slate, okay? Sample. Golf club. Okay. Greased. Past tense. And what Moses parted, and they're telling us this is 2 words. What do we think? Ooh. Christian blank. God, I'm hesitant to try to pronounce that first word. But you can all see it. Syed says 26 is demo. Let's see. Sample and demo? Yeah, that looks right. That looks very reasonable. Nice work. And Jessica telling me that Moses parted the Red Sea. Love it. Good entry, too. I like 2-word entries. I feel like, I don't know, they can paint more of a picture than 1-word entries. Okay, 44 I'm being told. Oh yeah, so waves, possibly, except we were told that it was 2 words, so I think Red Sea is better. Nickel knew Red Sea as well. Nice job, everybody. All right, Christian of fashion. Blank canal. Gelatin form. And dollar bills. Who's got them? Yeah, Esme writes the Erie Canal. It's gotta be. Nice job. And that R is maybe helping us with a golf club. And greased. Bad Lieutenant says it's Christian Dior that we're talking about over here. Jessica close behind with the same idea. I like that. Who wants to type a phonetic pronunciation of couturier? Couturier? I said I wouldn't try to pronounce it. 28 molds, nice work. You put gelatin in a mold while it sets. Answers are flying at me now. This is awesome. Keep me on my toes. Okay, greased now looks like oiled, right? We already had oil in the grid, but the clue is past tense, so the answer will be 2. You oil something up to grease it. And 32 across. Oh, Nickel says the puzzle's not completely visible on YouTube Shorts, so that's very helpful to know. Sorry about that. What about not shorts, but just normal YouTube? Is it visible there? Jessica Ravello telling me that the golf club is iron. But that's very good to know, Nickel. Thank you for telling me, and we'll definitely look into that. All right, that section flew by, man. I feel like I blacked out, and suddenly it was filled. And I think you guys did all the work. Writing tables at 40 down. And blank loss for words, and they're telling us it's 2 words. Okay. It's cut off on iOS. Okay, that's disappointing. Sorry about that. Bad Lieutenant says YouTube, it's looking all right. Okay, writing tables or desks. I like that, Jessica. It's a very straightforward way to describe what a desk is. It's a table that you write at. I suppose that's true. Okay, any help with hi-fi? I'm still a little confused. At a loss for words, yeah. That looks good. That looks good. At a loss for words. And what do we think for hi-fi? Ah, May Castle is in chat. Great to see you. Everybody, this is exciting. Tomorrow's stream, we have another host hosting tomorrow's puzzle. So May Castle saying hi from TikTok will be hosting tomorrow's puzzle at noon Eastern time. So that's 12 p.m. Not 10 like today, but 12. And her stream is bound to be a lot of fun, so do check it out. And she's here with us now. I'll be in her chat tomorrow. Okay, Jessica and the Bad Lieutenant telling me that hi-fi is stereo. Okay, that looks good. Very plausible. I don't know why I found that clue so perplexing. Make possible with an E. And Juno native. I know we often have a pretty international chat, so I'm reluctant to assume that people know their U.S. geography. Yeah, and people are even sharing. Bad Lieutenant coming from the UK, Nickel from India. Welcome, everybody. Welcome the world. Leases at 58 across. Oh, okay. Bad Lieutenant telling me make possible is enabled. That looks perfect. I think you also got cleanest. You were responsible for most of this section so far. And Jessica knows a thing or two about Alaska. Juneau is, of course, a city in Alaska, so a Juneau native would be an Alaskan. All right. Presumably these letters will help us. May getting rents on leases. I like that. Nice work. Flexing her crossword muscles for tomorrow. Swipe. But Bad Lieutenant suggesting loans for 58. Maybe. All right, we got 2 conflicting ideas. Let's see what the crosses have to say. I'm not the final word. The crosses are the final word. Wow, yet a third guess for 58 is bonds. All right, we're gonna check the crosses. I'm gonna keep rents in here for now and see if we encounter a contradiction. Yeah, Syed telling me that zones are areas, which looks right to me. So that kind of gives me some confirmation on rents for leases. And billionaire office says 55 stick and swipe. Huh. Maybe. I'm just not sure I understand how stick makes sense with the clue swipe. If you can explain that to me, I'm very interested. Okay. Jessica tells me that a blacksmith's block is an anvil. That looks great. Yeah. And then roof projection. This V should help with a roof projection. We got largest continent. Nikhil says 52 down's not visible. Sorry about that. I think we have 52 down in place. It's areas, Areas. We'll troubleshoot this after the stream. But luckily we have this whole first column done now, so hopefully it won't prevent you from following the rest of the stream. Nikhil writes Asia. Yep, largest continent. And you're tuning in from Asia, right? And Jessica Ravello says a roof projection is an eave. Sweet. Sweet. Oh, wow. We have rents and leases crossing each other, it looks like. That's pretty unusual. And only one letter left in this section. Auction off and swipe. Yeah, I think someone said stick for swipe, but this is looking like it's going to be an L, right? So to auction something off is to sell it, and then swipe is like a slang term for stealing something. If you swipe someone's wallet, then you're stealing it. So I like L for this slot. Wow. Everyone really came together on that section. Let's keep it up. We only have one little corner of the grid left. We are almost there. We have root beer, for example, with an SO. Radio spots. 3 letters starting with an A. What's this long one? Maryland's capital. More U.S. geography. Negatives. Actually, we have 2 letters in all of these acrosses, so we should be checking those. Musical instrument with a B in the second slot. That can't be too many things. Pub offerings. Jessica Ravello telling me that root beer is the soda. Yeah. Gotta be right. Gotta be. Yeah, Annapolis for Maryland's capital. I think that's good. The fact that it fits gives me all the confidence I need. I also like that negative starts with an N. I feel like negative words tend to start with N's. None, nothing, nobody. So just giving me even more confidence in Annapolis. All right, musical instrument with a B. Yeah, Syed just in time getting oboe. Rowing implement. What was this one? Pub offerings and pause. Okay. And negatives. Yeah, Nickel says null for negatives. It seems plausible, except that I feel good about oboe, and it conflicts with oboe. The other thing is, Nickel, when the clue is the tense of the clue, or sorry, the clue is plural here, so negatives with an S on it, and so the answer is likely going to be plural. Cookie plays, I do remember you. Welcome back. Help us out. You're just in time for the end of this puzzle. We're going to get confetti today, I'm sure of it. The Bad Lieutenant says to pause is to rest. That looks good to me. Now we have a rowing implement, negatives, and pub offerings. Just 2 left. Yeah, Jessica guessing nons maybe for this, with 2 question marks. That suggests you don't have a lot of confidence in it, and honestly, I don't either. Partly because it looks so weird in the cross. I'm thinking this might be nose spelled like this, like yeses and nos. Sometimes that's spelled just N-O-S, but I think you can spell it N-O-E-S. That's my intuition here. And partly I like it because it makes sense with pub offerings for me. So we only have 1 letter left in this section. Yeah, Esme telling me ales, which I like for pub offerings. You buy ale at a pub, and the A makes beautiful work of 66 down. Rowing implement is an oar. So, all right, a little rough there, but I think we got it. Melwin Peterson, welcome. Yeah, just in time, getting 66 down oar. All right, guys. One last section. We're really bumping now in chat. I love it. Radio spots, I'll do this one. That looks like ads. Spots is sometimes a word used for ads. And here we are, last section. Minor quarrels. Blank hygiene. An ear part. Emerald blank. And soak through. Who's getting these first? Yeah, Jessica writes spats for minor quarrels. I like that. It's exactly what a spat means, right? A minor quarrel, a little fight. Okay, we have two fill in the blanks. We have blank hygiene and what was this one? Emerald blank. Cookie Plays says this one's tough. Well, it's less tough when we all work together, I gotta say. We're actually kind of flying through this puzzle. Melwin, yeah, nice work. Melwin writes oral hygiene. I think that's right. Brushing your teeth, mouthwash, flossing, oral hygiene. Great work. And Esme telling me we're working left to right on this. Just like I like. Ear part is a lobe. And right on time, the Emerald Isle. Okay, we only have one left. It's soak through, and let's check these crosses. Get out of bed. Got out of bed, excuse me. That makes all the difference. Postpone. And snooze. Who's getting this last little bit here? Soak through. Got out of bed, postpone, and snooze. We're super close, almost there. Esme getting seep, yep, and getting 3 acrosses all at the same time. That looks great. Let's check them one at a time. Seep, so we'll put an E here. Got out of bed is arose. Postpone is to table. It's a nice use of the word table. Like if we're gonna table something, we're gonna postpone it, discuss it later. And then snooze and soak through. Snooze being sleep and soak through being seep. So I think this is a P. And I always do a dramatic pause here to see if we get the confetti. Actually, while I have you hostage, waiting for the confetti, an exciting announcement, which I already mentioned earlier on stream, but tomorrow we will have another host of the Daily Crossword Live. May Castle is hosting her first puzzle with us. That'll be at noon Eastern time, so 12 p.m. Eastern. Her stream is going to be a lot of fun, so do check it out. And with that, let's see if we earned confetti today. Nice! Nice work, everybody. That was fun. We really mobilized for that puzzle. I feel like we had more people participating in chat than ever before, which I love to see. It's so much fun to solve these with you guys. Way more fun than solving puzzles on your own, I gotta say. Yeah, and there were some hairy moments here. But we survived. Thank you for contributing. Even if you're just watching and not typing into chat, thanks for spending time with us. We do this every day, so we'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern. May Castle will be hosting, and it'll be a lot of fun. So everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend, and